is short delivery? How do you deal with these things? Deepak Shenoy here from Market Vision, taking you through our short take on the subject. Short delivery and the concept. Let's just say your broker calls you up or send you an email saying your purchase of these many shares of Reliance has come under short delivery. The shares will be delivered to you later after an auction. And you're like, what? What is this auction business? So, well, here's the concept. So you buy shares and you pay for them, your money goes out of your account, and the seller's shares are supposed to go out of his account the next day. So you make a share purchase today on Monday, and your money goes out of your account on Tuesday. The seller's shares goes out of his account on Tuesday, and both of you get shares, and the seller gets the money on T+2, that's Wednesday. But what if the seller doesn't actually have the shares to begin with? This can happen intraday, So what happens is intraday traders might sell first and buy later. They're allowed to do that. Usually what they do is they square off within the same day, but in extreme circumstances, prices can really run away. So you can have, some of them trade a short a security which goes up 5 or 6%, and they get really panicky. They walk away from the terminal. They don't buy back. So you, because they've sold first and they've sold to you, you're hoping that they will deliver and the shares will come into your account, except they don't have shares to deliver. So, what does the exchange do? They can't transfer and invent shares out of thin air, right? So, what happens is the exchange goes through an auction process. Now, let's take an example. Say on T+0, T being the day you actually make the trade, on that day you purchase a share, and on day one after the trade, that means let's say Monday was the day you bought, Tuesday, the exchange gets to know, listen, whoever this person was that sold the shares to you does not have shares to deliver. So we know about a short delivery. On the next day, that's Wednesday in this case, T+2, an auction is conducted on the exchange. The idea is there's a special zone. So what happens is the exchange announces in the morning that, listen, we have short delivery of so many shares of this company, so many shares of that company, and so on. And I think the timing is recently changed, but earlier it was 12 noon, and now I think it's 2 o'clock or something like that. They what they do is they go into an auction area and say, I am going to start buying shares. I'm going to buy 2,000 shares of Reliance which were delivered short, so I'm going to go grab those from the market, and market participants can actually provide the shares in the auction at that point. They of course have to already own them, because it's an auction. They're buying it because somebody else didn't have the shares. You can't go around participating in the auction, but a lot of people do own shares, and the prices are quite interesting in these auctions. Then the cycle goes on. So what happens is the seller, let's say I'm in the auction and I provide my shares. The settlement process happens. I have to deliver the shares the next day. The next day is T+3, and T+4 is when the shares actually hit your account. So you're talking Monday you bought. Usually you should have gotten the shares by Wednesday. You probably end up getting the shares by Friday instead, right? And it could take longer because somebody in the auction may also again fail to deliver, in which case there will be another auction, and so on and so forth. It could take substantial amounts of time, and meanwhile you can't sell the shares that you have bought because they haven't come into your demat account till T+4. Monday you bought, Friday you're hoping that they'll hit your demat account. In the middle you just can't sell because you don't have any shares in your demat account to actually deliver against your sale. What happens if you are selling and don't actually deliver the shares? Okay, so you don't have shares in your account. The NSE will conduct an auction on T+2. That's the day you sold and did not deliver. 2 days after that, they'll buy the shares in auction, and you will pay a penalty. You will pay it's a sort of a penalty. The idea is you pay the higher of what it costs in the auction. So if you short sold something at 100 rupees and it in the auction they bought it back at 110 rupees, you'll actually pay that 110, or you will pay the closing price on the day of your trade. So Monday, let's say you short sold at 100, didn't deliver, the stock went to 105 and closed on Monday on 105, and in the auction it was bought back at 110. You will pay 110 rupees per share, and it's a little bit of a penalty. But what if you buy an obscure stock and nobody provides any shares of that stock in the auction? I mean, you sell an obscure stock and nobody provides those shares. You will pay a huge penalty, because it's not just the price that we're talking about, is price plus another 20% on top of it, which is placed as a penalty, and it'll wipe away any of your gains that you've made so far. There is something called BTST, often used by brokers to excite traders. They say you can buy today, sell tomorrow, right? This is supposed to be concept is supposed to be legal, but you will have a problem if your purchase gets into short delivery. I'll again take the example. You're buying on Monday, selling on Tuesday. Okay, so if you bought on Monday and the buy piece got a short delivery, that means the shares were supposed to come into your account on Wednesday. They're not going to come on Wednesday, they're going to come on Friday. The sell on Tuesday that you did is supposed to deliver shares on Thursday, except on Thursday the shares are not in your account. So you won't, and the worst thing is you won't even know till Wednesday that there was a short delivery. So you already sold on Tuesday, and you're sitting on Wednesday saying, oh my god, there's a short delivery, what do? I can't even reverse the sale that I did, right? Because the day was one day ago. And then your auction cost, as we can have seen, can be quite huge, especially if nobody comes and delivers in the auction. And that could wipe away most of your trade gains as well. So you got to be careful of this when you do a BTST transaction. That was short delivery for you folks. Thanks for listening. We'd love to hear your comments. Email us shorttakes@marketvision. Visit us at marketvision.in, and we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to have you see some of our other videos as well.